I want to share a story of a gentleman who impacted me in an unbelievable way. Not because he was paid to do so, not because he was asked to do so, but simply because of who he was. I was in Chicago at one point for a speaking engagement when my back went out, and I mean out. As I tried to pick myself up off the floor in front of the hotel elevators, hotel management was rushing toward me saying, "We have to call 911. 911? I'm not going to go to a hospital. I have a speaking engagement. Speaking engagement? You can't even breathe. How are you going to speak? I don't know. Just help me up, please. Get me to the car that's waiting for me outside, and I'll figure it out one step at a time. But whatever you do, don't call 911. So they called 911. And I literally became the property of the Lake Forest, Illinois Fire and Rescue and Police Departments, having to basically sign away my rights and my life in an effort to protect them from the lawsuit they were convinced I would file when this was all over. When everything was signed and triplicate, I did manage to get in the car, get to my speaking engagement, stay on my feet for 3 hours to do my program, and get to the airport for the ride home. But by the time I got there, I was physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted. I almost couldn't walk, almost couldn't breathe. It was about at the end of my rope when I started the long trek to my gate at that tiny little airport known as O'Hare. I see you're familiar. Well, on about my third step, I felt that feeling in my back and legs that told me they were going out yet again. And as I started to go down, I grabbed the handle of my laptop bag for support. You're way ahead of me, aren't you? Yeah, note to self. If you're going to grab the collapsible handle of your laptop bag, it's best not to depress the button that releases the locking mechanism. Well, as I started to go down, two good Samaritans rushed up from behind me, grabbed me one under each arm to keep me from falling, and held me up. And upon hearing my plight and my pain, one of them said, "We need to call 911. Call 911. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I just need to get home. So as we tried to figure out what to do, all of a sudden one of my helpers said, "Oh, look." Straight across from us was one of those airline travel carts that goes from gate to gate, sitting there idle, as if waiting for us. Well, we no sooner noticed the cart than the driver noticed us. He was a big bear of a man, with arms that looked like he could have picked up me, my bags, and the cart if need be. He came up to me and inquired about the problem, and asked my name. When he did, he came right up to me, looked into my eyes, put one hand on each of my arms to help hold me up, and said, "Hi, Sandy. My name is Victor. I'm going to help you get home. Everything will be all right." And for the first time since crumpling into a puddled mass at the hotel elevators that morning, I began to believe it would be. I looked at his face and over his head and over his shoulders, searching really hard for the halo and wings that had to be there. Because as sure as I was standing there, a guardian angel had been sent to help me. But guardian angels don't wear halos and wings, do they? No. They come in all different shapes, all different sizes, all different colors. Mine wore jeans and a t-shirt. He drove an airline travel cart. Only about crying almost. Cried with relief, knowing that I wasn't on my own, all alone anymore when I just couldn't continue. But help me continue, Victor did. He stayed with me for the next hour and a half, just in case, because you never know when the gate for any particular flight is going to be changed, right? Which mine was. He then made arrangements for a narrow airplane aisle chair to be brought to my gate in case I needed help getting to my seat on the plane. And then he even called ahead to Orlando to arrange for a wheelchair on the other end. I hadn't even thought that far ahead yet. I couldn't. I was just trying to get from 1 minute to the next. But Victor thought ahead for me. And as he expertly and patiently helped me from cart to wheelchair, to another cart, to wheelchair again, and from gate to gate, making all the arrangements I needed, not just at that moment, but all the way through my trip to Orlando, I looked up at him and said, Victor, thank you. Thank you for making me feel so safe and so secure. You're my guardian angel. To which Victor replied, well, that's the way my mama raised me. That said it all, didn't it? In one sentence, Victor not only showed me his values, but he also demonstrated his values and showed his commitment to demonstrating them to everyone he meets, even a perfect stranger. And while you may say that Victor's job dictated that he help everyone he meets, even a perfect stranger, Victor's values dictated how he did that job. And that's really the most important point, isn't it? How we do our jobs, how we live our lives. Do we really just want to do our jobs or live our lives simply going from point A to point B? Or do we want to show everyone we come in contact with our care and concern for them and show them our values, Victor's values, to everyone that we meet? You know, when I told my speaking colleague, Bruce Wilkinson, about this story, he told me that when he was a police medic and took care of trauma or accident victims, he would do the same thing for them that Victor did for me. He would go to the person in shock or pain, lean down to where they were, place his fingers on their pulse point, and ask their name. And when they told him, he would say, hi, Susan. My name is Bruce. I'm a trained medic. I'm going to help you. Everything is going to be okay. And as he said those words, he immediately felt their vital signs improve. See, that's what he was supposed to do as a trained medic. And what Victor did for me, he improved my vital signs by taking away my fear and giving me hope at a time when I couldn't do it for myself. See, wouldn't it be great if we remembered everywhere we go and we're a shining example for other people to be able to create more victors and fewer victims? See, too many of us fall victim to poor service and poor values, don't we? To people who don't possess, or if they do possess, don't demonstrate victors' values in their lives. People having more values would be a true victory. And what if we improve the vital signs of everybody around us by always acting according to our values and not according to our mood? Each and every time we have a chance to either remain complacent or do something that could have a monumental impact on someone else, because even the most insignificant of actions on our part can make a monumental difference to someone in need of that particular action at that particular moment. It's up to us to lead the way, because wouldn't our society be a better place to raise our families? Wouldn't our companies be better